In this video, we're camping out in a natural survival shelter, having a fire, cooking some great food, and doing a little bushcraft. Stay tuned.
All right, I think we have found our home for tonight. Yeah, this is perfect. Now, if you look at the ground here, it's pretty clear, but you'll notice it kind of slopes down on an angle, and it is always 100% of the time worth the effort to level out the ground that you're going to sleep on. Whether it's, your head being too high or too low, or side to side, you're going to get a way better sleep if you just spend a few minutes leveling out that ground you're going to sleep on. So that is step one. I found a few pieces that are too wet and rotten to use for firewood, so they should work for this purpose. The more volume I could take up with this rotten wood is less shoveling that I will have to do. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, that should be plenty long enough. Maybe one more. That should work. Now I'm just going to bring all this stuff from the high spot, sort of move it all down and cover those logs and level this out. Frozen ground is no match for my shovel. That's great. And move this out a little bit more. There we go, a little more comfortable. So I'm not pressing right up against this rock here. Found this beautiful Christmas tree that had completely broken off at the base, so my lucky day. These boughs will make the bed a lot more comfortable. I didn't have to cut down a tree to get them, which is always nice. This one was already dead. Well, had just fallen over, so the limbs are still nice and green. Well, that's nice. You want, at least a good 4 or 5 inches of bows down if that's what you're using for your insulation. I have a thin sleeping pad, so these combined with my sleeping pad should be fine. But I've been lying here for, what, 10 seconds? And I can already feel how cold the ground is underneath me. That's why it's so important to have a good insulating layer under you. No matter how warm your sleeping bag is, it's only as warm as what's underneath it. Once I get my sleeping pad down on here though, I think it'll be, the bows and the sleeping pad combined will be more than enough. Plus I'm gonna have a fire right here. Hopefully this will reflect some heat back on me, but I don't know if that will really be the case. Alright, that should be good. There's so much stuff on the ground in here, so much debris, all these dry dead ferns. I don't want to take any chances with a fire. So I've got a layer of rocks underneath and a layer around, and that should be fine. Alright, while the fire's burning, I'll tell you what I brought for lunch. I brought some gnocchi, which I'm going to cook in butter, salt, and pepper, and I brought one nice pork calabrese sausage, which I cannot wait to eat because I am starving. I only had one breakfast today, skipped second breakfast, and now it's lunchtime. I'm just going to get rid of that spider web there. One of the other good things about the upside down style fire is it's pretty flat, and you can pretty much start cooking on it, right away. And you don't have to add wood to it for the entire meal. Alright, first let's get this butter. Alright, first step, butter. Alright, butter and seasoning sizzling. Let's put the gnocchi in there. Oh yes, that looks great. Okay, gnocchi is cooking. Our sausage is cooking. I always cut it in half. It cooks faster and much more evenly. While dinner's cooking, I am going to show you how to make a pair of tongs here, or a set of tongs. You're going to need a stick about finger width, then you're going to need a small stick, maybe pencil width. And you're also going to need a little bit of bank line or paracord or some kind of cordage. Bank line works good because it's small and it packs easy. And I don't feel bad cutting it. Sometimes I work with paracord and I kind of feel bad that I'm cutting it into little pieces. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to tie our bank line or paracord or whatever we have down at the bottom. We're going to split it, but we don't want it to split past a certain point, and that point is going to be wherever we secure this cordage. So I'm just wrapping it around. You can use a jam knot, you can use a constrictor hitch, whatever your favorite knot is, as long as it wraps around and it's tight. So that's all, it's just wrapped around. I can trim these little tag ends off in a sec. Okay, so I've got my little bit of cordage tied up here, my bank line. So now I want to split this, and I want to split it right down the middle. And it's got to be accurate, so I really want to take my time with this. Really be careful and position your knife where you know it's going to go down the middle, and try to get yourself at an angle where you can baton the knife straight down. And stop before you get to your little bit of cordage down there. So I split that, and it's in two. I'm going to split it all the way down to where the cordage is. My smaller stick I'm going to insert this way. Pull it down as far as it will go. Your tongs will spread open like that. Just going to use a square lash here. Actually, we'll cross lash it. It looks prettier. This is just going to stop our stick that we put in the middle from moving around, because eventually this is going to dry out a bit, and then that piece that you put in the middle there is going to loosen up quite a bit. There we go. Now we got some super simple, easy to make, takes 2 seconds Bushcraft tongs. If you really want to, you can decorate the ends here, taper them, make it look like you spent lots of time doing it. Now these are typically just for one trip, because this will dry out and then it'll get really stiff, but for now, there you go. Super simple. All right, let's eat.
Yeah, too much.
All right. Oh, I'm so hungry. This gnocchi's cooked. Just butter, salt, pepper. Got my amateur chopsticks here. I know some people like to boil their gnocchi and eat it more like a pasta, but I love frying in butter and getting it all crispy. Need my knife here. Oh no. Oh well, that one's for the fire. All right, time to eat. These are tongs, like you know, chopsticks that you take no skill. Oh, that is so good. I love cooking my my gnocchi and just frying it in butter. They come out nice and crispy on the outside, and they're soft on the inside. I know I think more commonly they're boiled, but I don't know. I like frying them, making them nice and crispy. This one's maybe a little too crispy, but I like it. I put these down on the ground and I couldn't find them, and you know, it's funny how, like, when you're out here camping and you drop something on the ground, it's like, it's not really dirty. If you like drop this on the ground when you're at home, or your fork on the ground when you're at home, you'd probably just either wash it off or get a new one. But out here, you know, dirt gets everywhere, and it just doesn't bother you. It's kind of strange. I stepped over this bowl, and so I kicked a couple of these dry dead ferns leaves in here, and I just pick them out, or you know, this one's got one on it. I'm not even gonna pick it off, but it doesn't matter. Once we're done eating, we're going on a little quest, see if we can find some chaga. I picked this area because there's probably the highest, you know, density of birch in the area. So let's see if we can find some. I don't know if there's even any here. I don't even know if it grows here, but we're gonna walk around, see what we can find. When you want to clean your carbon steel or cast iron, you just put a bit of water in it. We'll boil it for a bit, and then we'll wipe it off with some spruce boughs and call it clean. sun's going down. Time to get my bed set up. I'm using this inflatable thermarest, the trail light. It's I'm gonna say good 22 years old. It's the first one I ever bought, and I've got a nice synthetic sleeping bag. It's rated to -10 Celsius, and it's supposed to get down to like -3 or 4 tonight, so I should be fine with, especially my wool pants and my big thick fleece. So. I haven't used this one for a while. Gonna have to let it loft up, which is fine because we got to go get some more firewood. All right, while we wait for our water to boil, I'm just gonna get started on my new book, No Man's River by Farley Mowat. You can't go wrong with the Farley Mowat book. I've never read a bad one. This book is about, you know, his life. He comes back from World War II. It was written in 1947, and he tries to find sort of a purpose for his life, and he travels up to the northern Canadian wilderness and sort of documents the life of the Métis and indigenous trappers, his explorations of like northern Canada and the tundra, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. As you can see, the cover is amazing. Yeah, I'm just gonna get started while I wait for this water to boil. I haven't read a single page yet, so I can't really give you a good review yet. Oh, I love when books have maps. Yeah, it looks like he's up around Hudson Bay, northern Manitoba, Northwest Territories, none of it. Excellent. Well, I'm just gonna enjoy my hot chocolate, which is very hot. Ooh. I'm just gonna lie down and finish my book, and it's already, I don't want to be stumbling around in the dark in the woods, so probably sign off now. And I have about 40% battery left on this last battery, so I probably won't be filming anything in the morning. Until next time, thanks for watching, and see you again.